Yeah.
Being an entrepreneur is inherently so high risk, high reward that it also really depends on your risk appetite.
Yeah.
And people have different risk appetites. And I think the one thing that people need to be honest to themselves about is how risk averse or, how risk taking they are as people. Because if you're a risk averse person, maybe the best option for you is to stick in that 9 to 5 and not to leave it. If you hate your manager, if you hate your job, find a better one for you. Right? But for those 1 or 2% of people, right, who just do not like working under anyone, who will be miserable at any job, right, really want to do their own thing, I think this is really for them. Now that we're coming towards the end of the podcast, I wanted to ask you guys about, that one moment that you felt made the journey worth it. Because it's a lot of struggle, it's a lot of hustle. You've spoken a lot about the different things you've had to do, from going on dating apps to running your thing at zero cost, to learning a lot of things. So what was that one moment where you felt like this journey has been worth it?
For me, I'll be honest, I come from a typical family business background wherein my father, the first thing he told me was, what is this you're doing? Like, whatever you'll do out of it, you'll probably earn more when you're like more than ever you can think with working in the family business.
Yeah.
But for me, it was to make that. I was very passionate about it. I wanted to make a difference out there in this space. So I used to go late at night for meetings. Again, parents were like, why are you going so late? Do that in the morning.
Yeah.
Because typical business, they think meetings happen in the morning. But
Yeah.
sadly, my clients, they wake up at weird times. Like meetings are random times. And I had to go for those meetings at random places just because I wanted it badly.
Correct.
And my father's used to the fact that people come for the meetings to him. He's like, why are you going there? Tell them to come here. I'm like, no, dude, that's not how my space is working. So that went on for a year or so. And obviously, we got some good amount of traction. We were scaling super fast. The high came first was obviously when we did India's first hip hop concert post-COVID, which happened at Geo, like first post-COVID concert.
Was this Russ?
Yeah, this was Russ.
Yeah.
We had probably the highest spending crowd for that time.
Yeah, thank you for the backstage passes for that, by the way.
So yeah, that was the first high. But my personal high was when my father was attending a wedding, and then it was during the Holi period, March Holi festival. So it was at Lalit, and there was a big banner out there and which had our ticketing logo, get tickets on this. So he sends me a picture like, oh, you're ticketing this place? I'm like, yeah, I guess. I have no idea because I wasn't keeping track anymore.
Yeah.
And a lot of people then call him up saying, oh, dude, I want passes for this pass. And I was like, oh, wow. Why am I getting calls? And then he reached out through, what are you doing that people are actually hitting me up for holy events like pass? I'm like, I think we have, captured some good events, and I think Bombay or India's most premium Holi, which is Babang Juhu, is with us, and where people pay 15,000, 20,000 rupees to get out there, but that's with us. And I had people calling my dad for that, and my dad's like, wow, you're doing something, bro. And that was my high, personal high. And after that, there's been no looking back. Full family's been supportive. They understand I'm doing something which might grow super big. I think it's big enough, but yeah.
I'm sure there's a long, long way to go.
Yes.
Yeah. But in 5 years.
I'm retiring after 5.
Yeah.
So, when we started, my journey, so we did not have a name.
Yeah.
And we were just a group of students who were trying to build websites and all in all. We were freelancing in technical terms. So now we got I was also one of those IIT aspirants who wanted to enter into IIT Bombay. And during my thing, I cracked JEE mains, but couldn't crack JEE advanced due to some score. I couldn't do it. So now I was I just missed the IIT train, and I was a little low in that phase of my life. And after a year, in my engineering times, when I was just thinking of doing something of my own, Delta and all, so IIT asked me to lead their project, this solar project. Maybe an outsourced person for them. They had their internal teams and all, but they wanted to scale it more in a better way. And I got a chance at IIT.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying, maybe I was just an enabler for my friends as well. So all of us got a chance to be at IIT for those world record projects, the solar world record projects, which happened in 2018 and 19. And from there, we understood the importance of having a name, a title, a banner under which you can work together.
Correct.
So when if you see my journey video, it's available on my profile and all. So when I'm just standing on the stage at IIT Bombay, on the same stage where eminent personalities like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Dalai Lama, and like Gaur Gopal Das and so many people have graced that stage, I'm standing on the same stage. I'm just leading the way. There are thousands of people sitting in front of me with those solar lamps. They're just lighting the lamps and turning it off. It was so beautiful, I'll tell you. And the video, if you see it,
That does sound like a true moment.
it just gives you goosebumps. So that's whenever I see that video. So every year I have a habit of releasing my annual video. Like I have titled it since first year, like We Are One. Like when we completed our first year, I told it it's like We Are One. Then after a year, it was We Are 1+1. Then it is 1+2, 1+3, and now it is 1+4, which is released like recently. Wow. So every year, like the glimpses, when I see the journey together, the moments, it's just like a super fast flashback, and that's what is like the high. So on every 9th of April, I'm just ready with that video, and I want to show it to the world. Like this is what I have done. Like a cumulative frequency. Like every year, I'm adding the new moments to it. That's it.